G'day guys, thanks for joining me today. I am doing a double page layout today and I wanted to show you that basically I'm doing a Christmas page, but it is from 2006, so it's from a fair while ago. It was actually the very first Christmas that I spent with my now husband, but at the time was my fiance. So I'm using the Kaisercraft Christmas edition collection, and I'll put all the details below in the description, so you can, if you want to hunt it down, you most certainly can. I did pick this stuff up earlier this year actually from Kaisercraft, so I'm just showing you. What I'm doing is I'm basically creating a Christmas tree shape without being an obvious Christmas tree. So it lends itself to the shape, and without even realizing it's simulating a Christmas tree. So I really like this paper. I love the rich colors, and there's slightly weathered look to them. I really enjoyed them. I had heaps of photos that I could have printed for these, but I decided that I would just go with a few for this particular page, and then I would probably scrap some of the other ones, you know, where the kids were doing piñatas and all that sort of stuff. But when I scrap, I try not to use photos with other people in them, or I put post-it notes over their faces, which kind of is a bit distracting when you're scrapping, you know, if you've got a yellow post-it over something. So, but this is something interesting. Now you can see here, this is obviously trees in winter, in snow. I'll let you know, if you're not an Aussie, if you are an Aussie, you can laugh with me, but legit, there's no snow where I live, not even close. I imagine that I've never been to Florida, but I've got a funny feeling that where I live, I would probably feel very at home in Florida. Humidity is a bit of a killer in summer. I absolutely detest the heat. And we definitely don't get snow. We've got a nice cool winter this year, which is super bizarre because we do not get a very long winter at all. We get a couple of days here or there. That's what it's been like for the last several years. This year, I'm very happy to say we've had a nice cool winter, and it's still going at this point, which normally by this point it's gone. It's long gone. Any sort of resemblance that you may have been in winter, gone. So I loved these trees. I know that they have snow on them. I fussy cut that piece out, those poinsettias, but I put a bit of glossy accents. I sort of dragged it across it to give them a shine. I never even used them. I'll come back to them at some point. This is where I get really excited. So this is my latest find and my latest thing that I'm playing with. Okay, it's called Gum Arabic. Now, when I got my embossing powders, Mica powders, I was super excited because I think I've got about 30 or 40 different colours. Shades, ranges, all the rest of it. I started playing with them. Then I realized I needed to find a medium that would allow the mica to stick and not come back off the page. So I had a play. I played with some glues, played with some different bits and pieces. Well, then I discovered Gum Arabic is the trick. This stuff it creates a sticky medium. So it's not, so you can create, if you wanted to put that silver pile that I just had there, if you wanted to scoop that up and put that into a little pot, leave the lid off it, it will dry, and you use it the same as what you would a watercolor. Add a little bit of water to it and it will release, but it's got the gum arabic in it, and when it dries, it will stay stuck to the paper. It doesn't stay tacky. It's like using glue. Once it dries, it dries. It will it then becomes like your distress oxides, your distress inks. It's water soluble. So when you this is how you make it up. Okay, just a little bit of the gum arabic and some water. Now, I just have this little squeezy bottle of water on my desk all the time, and you stir it. That is. You can buy it in liquid form. I thought if I bought I buy everything online now, but I still struggle with things that are liquid traveling and getting to me in one piece. So I bought the powdered variety. I can tell you that tub, that's it. That's all you have to do. And that just sits on my desk in the sealed container for whenever I want to use any of my mica powders. Now, what I've actually done, these are the Uniquely Creative Lace Doilies. I bought a packet of them when they first came out. So it was only a couple of months ago. Anyway, I wanted to create a metallic element onto my page, and I really, really liked these, but I didn't want them to be white because they got lost. So I thought, why can't I color them? Why can't I? See, I just showed you there. It doesn't come back off. So they obviously needed to fully dry, but now they're completely dry. They've gone nice and hard, and it's perfect. So I can now color. So if you buy those lace doilies and you buy them in white, you don't want to use ink you don't want to use paint. You can add a metallic element purely by using mica powder and gum arabic. It works perfectly. I absolutely loved it. So in my white strips here, I wanted to create a little bit of something, but nothing in your face. So if, like, looking at it like this, you're sort of thinking to yourself, where is she going with this? And the reason I'm struggling with my stencil is because if you haven't seen the video, I have finally invested in some spray adhesive. It's a lightweight, sorry about that, there was a text message. It's a lightweight adhesive, and it allows you to basically have a third hand while you're doing your stencils and while you're inking them or whatever. Now, this is a pretty intricate stencil, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to spray it because then it will all hold down and I'll get a really good print through it, and it works a treat. And you can just keep reattaching it, and over time it'll wear off, but it works beautifully to give me an extra hand to be able to line things up. So it's fantastic. Absolutely love it. So I've gone through and I just used Pumicestone on that because I didn't want it to be super bold, but it worked a treat. Now, here's my little lace doilies. How cute are they? They're so cute. But being silver, they sort of add a shine, but it's not in your face. So I thought that would be enough. I'm sorry. That was rude. My apologies. I yawned. I have been sleeping so poorly the last few nights. It's terrible. But that's okay. It's probably got something to do with the fact that I've been drinking coffee at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So today I will not do that. And let's see if I sleep a little bit better tonight. But anyway, okay, so I seem to have disappeared. What I was doing was, what was I doing? I have no idea, but I am doing my thing. While we have this break in transmission, I will do a little bit of homework that I have to do. So my channel is growing beautifully. We are creating another source of inspiration for so many people, and I'm absolutely loving the growth. I would really appreciate if you haven't subscribed to my channel. If you do that before you leave, that will really help my channel pop up on other people's searches if they're looking for scrapbooking ideas or inspiration. I have absolutely no problem with people copying, 100% copying my page. I have no problem with people drawing inspiration or just coming along and getting ideas that maybe they haven't thought of. For example, the doilies and using the gum Arabic. It's actually pretty cheap too. I bought mine from Amazon and Amazon AU, and I think it cost me $15 or $16 delivered. And I'm telling you, that pot is going to go for a very long time. So yeah, it's fantastic. So I always put links below. They are not affiliate links at this point in my creative journey. At this point, I am a content creator purely for your inspiration, and I am not here to make money out of this. This is purely to make friends and create another I don't normally edit. I always leave in all of my process, but I had to edit there because I received a text message and it was for my middle child who had some health issues, and I had it in I literally had it in camera shot, and you could literally read the whole thing. So, and it was from her specialist. So I had to edit out a little bit. Sorry about that. I don't normally ever do that. That's the other thing that I do. Excuse me. The other thing that I do is I speed up my videos and leave in the majority, if not all, of my process. So you can see that I don't plan things out. I might find something, I might add something. This is something that I do. I don't buy tags. I just make my own, right? I have purchased, you can see this little tag that I was using as kind of a miniature template just to get the angle right. Sometimes I make them a bit too pointy. Sometimes but I make my own tags. And the reason I make my own tags is because quite often, like in this situation, I wanted a much chunkier but shorter tag. So, and I used my We Are Memory Keepers red eyelets, just the standard ones. And I used my crocodile. And that is so, if you have issues with your hands, it is heavy, the crocodile, but it goes through everything like butter. And it sets the eyelets perfectly. You don't have to squeeze the living daylights out of it. It was a commitment to purchase it. It was not cheap. The reason I just used that particular sponge is because it still had ink on it. I don't even know why I grabbed the sponge to ink, but anyway, so I was just getting the ink off it. So yeah, the crocodile is worth the investment if you're looking to get an eyelet setter or a hole punch that has two different sizes. I think it's I don't know, actually. I'll look on it right now. Does it tell me? No, it doesn't. There's a larger hole punch and a shorter hole punch. So 3/16 of an inch and 1/8 of an inch. That's the size of the holes that you can do. Now, that being said, I absolutely love it, but as I said, it's an investment. It's one of those things that you get, You can either make the decision that you're going to invest in a lot of stuff in your craft room, or you're going to, I'm just adding these on with my art glitter glue, by the way. That stuff hangs on like, I can't use my usual phrase. I have to think of a different one. I can't use it because it has a word that I can't say. It clings like something to a blanket. There we go. I'll say it like that. That stuff is good. I love it. And it dries clear, and I absolutely love it. Now, my glue bottle is eons old. See, don't those lace doilies just look, it helps it be, okay, look away if you're squeamish. I'm about to cut my daughter in half. Okay, no child was harmed in the making of this video, but I have a real issue. I've mentioned my OCD before, and I had to have both pages. The problem I was having when I was looking at these photos is I had an uneven number of photos. And I thought, how am I going to do this? I was going to put 3 down one side and then 2 on the other and whatever, but it just didn't work. So, as I have said, no child was harmed in the making of this video, but she did get cut in half. It's okay. Don't worry. Taylor is still very much alive. So it was the only way I could make it work. And I'm sure, look, you could have, if I rethink it, there's probably another way I could have done it. But anyway, it's okay. So I've put my photos down. I've put those bits down. Now, what do I go to? Oh, I was going to put some thread. So I have all different kinds of thread. I have everything from metallic to ribbon to burlap to just plain Hessian looking wire to cotton. On this particular page, I thought I'd add a little bit more silver. I've never tied a bow on a tag before, but I have been watching other people and I really like how it looks. Question is, can I make it work? It does actually work. It looks okay. To be fair, I actually went back and put a dot of glue when I was finished, just so the bow didn't come undone in the end. Because by the time I pull it out and do my journaling, that's where I'm doing my journaling, by the way. Now, whoops. My camera has been giving me grief. My husband's home from work today because it's a Eka public holiday and he works in Brisbane. So I might get him to have a look at that. I think it's just the shine, but my camera's been struggling to focus and I don't quite know why. The only thing I've changed is my matte. I got rid of the white crusty one. Honestly, the amount of ink and paint that was on that just didn't work. And I bought the silicone mattes, but I tell you what, everything, I used it the other day. I used the pink one. I can't remember what video it was in, but I did use it. Now, it's wonderful because nothing slides on it, so that's great. The colour, I could take it or leave it, but everything sticks to it. Every bit of hair, every bit of dust, every bit of fluff. And it's just, it doesn't make great video because there's just fluff and hair stuck on all over it. It drives me crackers. So I will think of something else. Now, this is my very technical way of doing this. I organically sprinkled on some metallic stars out of the little tiny jar, and I used my little pokey tool here that I bought, and I actually got it from Amazon. I thought I bought it from Craft Online, but I got it from Amazon. So the black tip has wax on it, and that's really good for picking up bits and pieces. The other end is just like it's hollow. It's kind of like the end of a mechanical pencil, but it's really good. It picks things up, and I can just, so I've sprinkled the stars on, and where they fell is where I glued them down. pretty much. And just to add a bit more sparkle and a bit more interest to the white area. Basically, even if they landed on a photo, that's where I glued them down, and it looked really good. I don't usually use the term organic, but that's what I did. See how my camera just went out of focus for a minute? I don't even know why it's doing that. It must be something. It might be the reflection. And our first one, I actually did end up moving the word one down a row so that it matched the 2006. Oh, that camera is really bothering me. I hope it doesn't bother you. I will have my husband look at it and see. It may just be the reflection from the Creative Memories stickers, because they're the ones that I used for the title, and they're just silver. They're the ABC 123 Platinum Classy stickers. Bought them a million years ago. I don't even know if they still make them. But what else do I need to tell you about? I've actually waffled on, and I've managed to tell you every single thing I've got written down here. That would have to be a miracle. It's a Christmas miracle. Yes, well, that's okay. So, I hope everyone's having a wonderful week. I hope they had a great week. This video, I believe, is going up on a Saturday. So, I hope you have a wonderful weekend and you spend it with your family, or hopefully if you're working, I hope your day goes quickly and you're able to get home and put your comfy clothes on and do whatever. Maybe do a bit of scrapping, maybe do a bit of, what are we doing? I'm actually going with my husband today. We're having a lunch date, just the two of us, and I'm going to take him to the place. He has never been to, I have my phone here. I'm going to plug it correctly this time. It's a miracle that I have my phone next to me while I'm doing a voiceover. I'm hopeless. I never do that. Where am I? There it is. It's called Grind and Graze Co. at Woodford. So that's where we're going for our lunch date today, which is obviously Wednesday, but this is going up on Saturday. So here's a close-up for you guys. I just mental note that I do move the one down. I didn't notice it to start off with. So you can see how pretty the lace doilies still are, but I've made them metallic. So you can do that with any of those things. And there's my little tag. That's going to have all my journaling, but I always leave that till afterwards. And as you can see, it's a little bit of a Christmas tree setup. So if you like what you see, if you like my waffle, please like and subscribe before you leave. That really helps out my channel. Leave me a comment about where you're from. That is always interesting for me. And if you would like to join our Facebook group, the link is below. And that way you can share with me what you create as well. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will chat to you again soon. Thanks for that. Bye.